Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be rolling the fenders on the back. So on the front, if you can tell, they're like pretty much rolled from factory. If you have any car, most of the time you'll notice that this is pretty flat, and that's what scrapes up on the wheel when you're trying to lower it. Another look, but with some light. That's what it looks like. We'll be bending that up. So what we'll be using is this roller that I got, second hand, and then a temp gun, because you want it around like 120 so that you don't crack the paint or the metal gets all messed up. And then we got a heat gun. So I got the front tires chalked, and then for the back we'll break them loose so that when we jack the car up and put our stands underneath, we can pull the wheels off. Another thing I'm hoping, since this car is plasti dipped and I have a pretty good amount of coats, I'm hoping that when I heat it up, this plasti dip will help the paint kind of flex with the body line. The only other thing I'd have to be worried about is when I peel it off. Hopefully nothing is cracked underneath and peels with it, but I think it should be pretty fine. So on this we have our little spacers that we're gonna be taking off. And one side of this will screw off. We'll have to use our lug nuts. I'm just slowly increasing the pressure. Let's move it back. Adjust this wheel a little bit. And we're probably gonna have to adjust the height with this. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up a little more. Keep it. Back a little, bring down a little bit. I don't know how much it showed because the GoPro must have got a little hot being back there. We got some good bending, like a lot of good bending. And if you come from the outside, you can see I didn't create too much of a lip or anything that would look unpleasing. So I think we did a really good job just taking the time. That's really good. Now I'll show you the other side with the wheel off, and you're gonna see a big difference compared to the other side. So yeah, did a really good job. Just taking your time if you do this. Now this is my first time doing it. So for this driver's side, what I'm gonna do is just set you guys up on a tripod down here, and then just go through and do the process. So I couldn't video tape too much because my GoPro got too hot, and if I was to keep a fan here, I feel like I'd cool down the metal too quick. So unfortunately, all that video was lost. But it came out good again. See, it's nice and up against the other metal, pretty tight. I mean, this is what it looked like with the car down. So it doesn't rub, and we have like a lot of space. So since we have a lot of space, I'm gonna go ahead and use my 1-inch spacers on the back to see if I can kind of feel some of this gap in. So that's a lot of gap, that's like 2 fingers. I just got done putting the inch spacers on. This is pretty far out, pretty meaty. So I definitely like it, but then I also raised it to a 1/2 inch, and that's a pretty good gap. out.